94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley is Romeo. Let's talk about driving lessons. Nowadays, you get, I'd love to talk to the guy who runs the driving school. With that, all your kids have to go take lessons from. I bet he has some stories. Learning to drive. What happened when you did it? All right, 842-547-7. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Hey, Romeo. Good
Hey,
morning.
what's up?
So, my first driving time, it was in an LA freeway. I was scared to death. I had a sub-deli job at the time, and my manager said, take this delivery. I said, I don't have a license. He said, just go. Go ahead. You'll be fine. I didn't know that this destination was only through a freeway, and I don't know how I made it alive, but I got through it, and that's how I taught myself how to drive. It was a white Corolla, beat-up little car, but that was my first time, and ever since, I've learned how to drive.
Was it an automatic or a stick?
It was automatic.
You literally got into a car and drove the LA freeway for the first time.
I don't know how I did it.
Wow.
I don't know how I did it. Hey, but it taught me how to drive. So
that's impressive. That is very impressive. All right. Thanks for calling.
No problem. Good morning.
Wow, that's impressive. All right, 842-547-7. Yo, Rome, I taught myself how to drive. Like I said, learning to drive. Did you cheat somebody? What happened? It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley is Romeo. Talking about learning to drive, right? I mean, I think people today drive far worse than back in the day, okay? And why? I don't know. Because whoever's teaching you, I mean, maybe it's because you're idiots. I have no idea. But, you know, we got some of the worst drivers on the road right now. It's got to be since millennials, right? What? If you had to guess? Hey, Rome, I'm a truck driver. You should see how stupid some people drive. Oh, I see it. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
What's up, bro?
What up, man?
I taught myself how to drive, but that's the simple part. I was stationed in Germany when I was in the military, and all their cars in Germany is all stick. Never drove a stick before. I'm like 18, 19 years old. Rented a car out there. And when I say Germany don't have a speed limit, so trying to teach yourself how to drive a stick out there, the most dangerous thing ever.
Wait, so when you went to Germany, you had to teach yourself how to drive a stick shift?
I teach myself how to drive manual.
That's fun. You didn't have nobody that you were in the military with that could help you?
Oh, everything they had was automatic.
Oh. All right, man. All right. Did you have an accident?
No, but I probably caused about 3 or 4 of them. Because they got them steep hills. So if you don't know how that clutch gas is good in first gear, you stall out every time.
Yeah, every time. All right, man. Thanks for calling.
Yep.
Maybe that's why people today are such idiotic drivers, because they never learned how to use a manual. I mean, maybe if you had a manual transmission, you'd know what's up instead of everybody with auto drive, autopilot. What's it called? Automatic. I mean, maybe that's why these people all suck at driving, because you never learned how to drive a real car. All right, 842-547-7. Learning to drive, man. What happened? It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley is Romeo. We're talking about driving, right? Learning to drive. We got some of the worst drivers in Bakersfield, and I don't know who's teaching them, man, but what happened when you learned? Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Yo, Ron, what up, man?
What up, brother?
All right, look, here we go. This is the issue. Now, my mom taught me how to drive. The first thing the only thing I've ever, even nowadays, I drive a stick shift. I don't drive automatic. I don't like automatic.
Okay.
Anybody can say, oh, well, you never driven in LA. Yeah, I'm from LA. I still don't care. I don't like automatic.
Okay.
There's a lot more problems. So here's the problem. They came out with these self-parking vehicles and these lights that go on when someone's in your blind spot. So you're so dependent on the car, you don't realize that car ain't going to tell you everything.
Okay.
You know, and then like that guy said, man, if you learn to drive stick, I think it makes you more aware. You got to remember what gear you're in. the clutch. You know, it makes you more relaxed. That's what I think, man. 'Cause a lot of, if you ever think about it, a lot of people that don't know how to drive stick, they can't really drive. Like, they're horrible drivers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was curious. What did they stop making? Did they stop putting blinkers in cars too?
Well, yeah, just like they kind of people stop being born with common sense. So it's kind of the same thing, you know. Like, I mean, hell, if it's not a TikTok room, they're not going to do it.
All right, man. Thanks for calling. Yeah, I don't know. We got some of the worst drivers on the road in Bakersfield, and I don't know how we got there. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Romeo, you know why people can't drive in Bakersfield?
Why?
Because it's a thug life, Romeo. It's a road rage capital.
Sometimes I just think you sit at home all day and call to say stupid things to me. Like, that's just what you think about.
No, not at all. I'm a reflection of what I'm hearing. So I'm kind of like bouncing back the energy you give me.
Okay. All right.
Get
out of here. Why can't people drive in Bakersfield? Because the road rage capital. Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think it's because you got a bunch of idiots with auto park and auto drive, and you only got to drive an automatic, and you don't really learn how to drive a car. That's what I think it is. RD42547 It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. All right, driving lessons, right? I don't know who's giving them out today, but you're doing a terrible job because we have some of the worst drivers ever. And it's not just in Bakersfield, it's in the world, the country. I mean, we're terrible drivers. Why can't you people learn to drive? And what happened when you learned? All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Rome, I'm on 20th Street, downtown Bakersfield. I just got hit by someone. Well, okay, what happened? But that's what I'm saying. Why did you get hit? What happened? All right, 842-547-7. And now, Romeo, you know damn well this bee knows exactly how they parked and would probably still argue they parked perfectly. It's entitled Idiocracy that makes these morons drive the way they do. What did she write here? Oh, and sent me a photo of it. And it's usually, you know what's even funnier? It's usually some clown in a car that sucks. Let me put it to you like that. All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Rome. I'm from Los Angeles, and the reason Bakersfield people can't drive because they don't have the experience with traffic or pedestrians. Bakersfield barely starting to grow, so they're only starting to learn to drive. They don't know how to yield for pedestrians. They don't know how to make a left turn without an arrow telling them how to turn. And they have no idea what to do in different weather conditions because of the lack of experience. They're just dumb. Hey, you might be right. I want to know why they don't know how to use a blinker. And I want to know why they think it's okay to make a U-turn anywhere they want. Remember the old days when we would drive? If you missed your turn, you drive around the block. Remember that? Or you'd hit the net. Yeah, now they just make U-turns. Or just stop in the middle of the road and back up. Yeah, I've seen that too. RD42547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, what is the latest you've texted me? It says, good morning, Romeo. Maybe this could be the dilemma of the day. We always have a dilemma. You're right. I like that, dilemma of the day. I'm currently going through some issues, so I'm just trying to figure it out. What am I supposed to do? So my dad cheated on my mom a few years ago, and he got the girl pregnant. My mom decided to stay with him, and now after a few years, I'm assuming mom must have gotten into some problems. The mom must have gotten into some problems with the law because the little girl, they're twins, by the way, got taken away from the mom. So as far as I'm concerned, the state has them until they decide if the mom's going to get them. If my dad gets them, or if they just stay in foster care. The problem is now that my dad is getting me and my kids involved. I currently live at home with them. I had recently opened a shop about a year and a half ago. My plan was to get the business going and make enough money to be able to buy a home and move out with my kids. But with this whole situation going on, I'm stuck on closing my shop. Okay. Okay. And just renting a home I'm stuck. Okay. So just rent a home or stay with my shop and just deal with the situation. We also got into it because he got mad because I told the social workers they weren't allowed to question my kids or get them involved in this situation because they have nothing to do with the situation. It got so bad that he told me he was going to be seeing me in court because according to him, it's a court order, but I had spoke to social workers and they said they have no right to do court order on my kids because they're not part of the issue. So if it's already going like this, I can imagine how it's going to be if those little girls do end up moving into the home. Wow. So your dad knocked somebody up, your mom stayed, you're living at home with your mom and dad and your kids. And why does he want to get a court order against you and the kids, your kids? I'm not really sure I don't understand how that comes into play, but man, I mean, what is your option? What do you do, especially if these twins move in? And where's mom at in the whole situation? Does she have a say in anything? I mean, where do you and your mom, do you talk? RD4254-7-7. It's Romeo outside 84.1. Out at 4.1, the rhythm in the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Good morning, Romeo. How are you?
I'm doing great. What's going on?
I just jumped in my vehicle and I said, let me call this man. What's the topic of the day? Who's cheating on who?
Well, I was just looking at this story somebody sent me. Apparently, so apparently this woman, her dad cheated on her mom and got the other woman pregnant with twins.
Oh, wow.
And the mom decided to stay. So now apparently the mother of the two twins got into some legal problems. So the kids are in the system. And I guess the daughter who sent me this lives at home, started a business shop, lives at home right now with her kids, was going to, save up to get a house and move out. But now the dad, they don't know what's going to happen with the twins. The twins are either going to end up in foster care, go back with the mom when she gets straight, or go to the dad. And I guess they're having issues at home right now. So she's talking about renting a home or staying with the shop and just deal with the situation she has at home right now. She doesn't know what to do.
I'll be honest with you. I would just leave the coop. I mean, that's her dad's bad. I mean, that's his problem. I hate to say it, but if for any reason the dad is, all around bad, drunk himself, or an addict, then hey, I would understand her stepping in. But at one point or another, your parents have to deal with, they reap what they sow, right?
Yeah, but the mom stayed. Oh, now she thinks the twins, there's a chance the twins may move into the dad's home because the mom's...
Which is politically true. They will ask the father.
Wow.
And that's a tough situation because I look at it like it's one thing when you're growing up and, your parents get into things and the family still stays together for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But then you have this dilemma where now it's going to be two little ones that may be without a home because of the parents. I mean, that's a sad situation because if the woman decided to stay with her husband after that affair, she decided to stay with whatever comes that way.
Well, I thought that too, but I actually have a aunt who her husband cheated on her and had a kid, and she told him straight up, if you want me to stay, you will never talk to that child again. And lo and behold, he never had anything and or talked to that child at any point in his life. And this happened 40 years ago. And that's insane.
It is very much insane, but, men will change for the woman they want, not for everyone. And at the same token, I'm like you, I've been listening to you for years. And, I've met you before a couple of times with Popeye.
Sure.
But my thing is this. If you have to cheat on someone, what is the point of being with that other someone?
Yeah.
Like, there is no sense to cheat. Look,
that's wild.
If I don't want to eat a taco, I'm going to drive to McDonald's. If I don't want McDonald's, I'm going to drive to Rusty's.
All right.
You know, I'm going to pick and choose what I want.
I
But
agree
a
with
lot
you.
of these people make these bad decisions, and then look what happens.
Yeah.
Something always happens after a bad decision.
Yeah. I know. All right.
All right. Well,
I'm
you
glad
take
got
care.
it. You too. Thanks for calling this morning. All right. Bye.
All right, bye.
Yeah, so I don't know what this daughter's going to do. She's living at home with her kids at mom and dad's house. Dad knocked up another woman. Now he might have 2 more kids moving in. What does mom have to say about it? Doesn't mom have a say on whether these kids move in or not? RD4254-7-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. So I got this this dilemma, so to speak. I like how she says the dilemma of the day. Okay, she's currently going through a situation. She says she doesn't know what to do. Her dad cheated on her mom. My dad cheated on my mom a few years ago, got a girl pregnant. Now my mom decided to stay with him, and now after a few years, I'm assuming the mom must have gotten into some problems with the law because the little girls, they're twins, are being taken away. Okay, the side pieces. The mom, so far as I'm concerned, the state has them until they decide if the mom gets them, if my dad gets them, or if they just stay in foster care. The problem is now that my dad is getting me, and my kids involved. I currently live at home with them. How is he getting you involved, by the way? I currently live at home with them. Recently opened a shop about 1.5 years ago. Plan to get the business going to make some money to be able to move out. Okay, so that's good. So your parents are letting you stay with them, or you're staying with them while you get your business going. Excuse me. And you, so now you're stuck, right? To move out with the kids, but this whole situation's going on. I'm stuck on closing the business. Stuck must be the autocorrect. Just renting a home or staying with my shop and just deal with the situation. We also got into it because he got mad at me because I told the social workers they weren't allowed to question my kids or get them involved in the situation. Oh, I see, because the social workers are probably trying to talk to everybody in the house. Now I think I'm starting to understand what's going on here. So what do you do, huh? What's next? If you're having a problem with your dad and the kids, right? Morning, Al, what's going on?
Hey, bro, in that whole situation where the young lady is living at home and her twin brother and sister could possibly come to that.
Yeah.
For mom, I wouldn't have stayed. He had twins on you. I'm sorry. I know some women do.
Yeah.
I just couldn't have done it. And the young lady, to be honest, is detached because she's saying her father's kids instead of her brother and sister.
Yeah.
Those are still your brother and sister.
Yeah, you're making a very good point.
Children.
You're making a very good point. Absolutely. Yeah.
So I don't know. The whole situation is kind of messed up. I think everybody is mad at dad. But dad may be the breadwinner that everybody's depending on, so they stay.
Good point. Very good point. Yeah, there's a lot of holes in the story about where like mom, we don't know what mom's side of the story is. You know, what's her mom saying? Is her mom just accepting everything now? I mean, is her mom, can his kids move in if his wife doesn't want them to?
Technically, because they're married.
Yeah?
So it's like they're his kids. If DNA, I don't know if a test and all that stuff has been done, but
yeah.
I just believe in situations where I hear women stay with their spouses after that, financial stability is one of the main reasons why they stay.
Gotcha.
And take that.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's just.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate your input. Thank you. All right. Have a good one. Bye.
You too.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm just going to give you advice as I'm looking over it again, I would say I would ride it out and accept it and just, until your business is going and you can move out. I mean, you don't want to shut down your livelihood over this, right? RD4254-7-7. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. So a woman sent me this. She says that she's trying to figure out what's currently going on in her house, right? She says her dad cheated on her mom a few years ago. He got a girl pregnant with twins. Now, I guess the mom is having some legal problems because the twins have been taken from her. So now they're trying to figure out what to do with the kids. whether they go back to the mom, whether they're going to go to her dad, and live with them, or go to foster care. Now, she lives at home with her mom and dad and her kids. She's trying to get her business going, and she was going to make enough money to move out, buy a home, and get straight, right? Well, now, what it looks like to me is social services or the social workers are coming in and interviewing everybody that lives in the house to see if the twins can move in, I guess. That's kind of what it sounds like. And she was upset because they must have been talking to her kids. And she said they have nothing to do with it. And the dad's already there's causing some tension between her and her dad. Don't know what the mom's doing yet. She says, I don't know what's going to happen. So she's either thinking maybe she's going to have to move out, rent a place, close down her shop, or deal with the situation in the house. And then what if these twins move in? Already 42547-7. Rome, if there's not enough rooms for the twins, the county will consider placement. Oh, keep them in foster care. Okay. Well, I don't know how the dad feels about that. I mean, that's a rough situation, right? Do you want to put your kids in foster care? How much contact has he had with these kids since the affair? And what does the mom think? What does your mom think about all this? Already 42547-7. Yeah, it's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So I got this situation this lady sent me. I think I'm understanding it right. Okay, so her dad, this lady, she lives with her parents, okay? With her parents and her kids. The reason she lives with them is because she started a business. She's trying to get it going, start making a little money so her and her kids can move out of her parents' house and get their own spot, right? Well, apparently her dad cheated on her mom. Her mom decided to stay. Now the dad had twins with the woman he slept with, the woman he cheated on their mom with. And apparently the mom of the twins got into some sort of legal trouble because now the kids are in the system. And so they're trying to figure out what to do with the kids right now. Either take them back to the mom. Maybe the dad's going to get them. And so a lot of tension in the house right now. Or maybe they'll end up in foster care. Apparently she had an issue with her dad because if I'm understanding this correctly, the social worker came into the house and wanted to talk to her kids. She didn't want that to happen because she said her kids have nothing to do with it. I'm guessing, and I don't know, you guys would know better than me. I'm guessing that the social worker had to come into the house and talk to everybody who lives in that house to find out if it's okay for the twins to live there, right? That must be what's going on. So she doesn't know what to do. Should she close her shop and move out? Or should she, keep her shop? What's going to happen if these twin girls move in? She doesn't know what to do. Well, it's a tough situation, right? Already 42547-7. Here we go. Yo, Rome, above all, the right thing to do is give these kids a home and a fighting chance at a good life. Don't put them in the system. I know it's a tough situation for the wife at home and the daughter. However, these are siblings no matter what. They are, they are her family by blood. Do what's right and have these children. And save these children. The daughter should still stay at home and focus on her future with her business. Don't let this situation ruin her potential future. And then she'll always hold resentment towards her father and those innocent kids. Do what's right. Just be a big sister. Yeah, that's what one of the ladies that called said the same thing. They're your siblings. I mean, really, let me ask you this question, and maybe you're right. Really, the only one that should have the biggest problem with it is the wife, right? He cheated on his wife. Now, I'm guessing the big sister or the woman who sent me this is mad because that's her mother. Her father cheated on her mother, so I can see her having a problem with it. But I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I agree with you from the standpoint of the woman who sent the text message. she needs to not give up her future. If she has to deal with a tense situation for the betterment of her and her kids by staying in the family home until her business is solidified enough that she can move out, I think you got to do that for your kids. And just as an adult, suck it up and set your ego, pride, whatever, you set your feelings aside with your dad, with these two twin daughters or two twin girls and your mom. Because maybe that's the best way to look at it. You got to do what's best for your children. Because once you're out of that house, you can choose not to be involved anymore, right? All right, 842-547-7. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the Rhythm of the Valley is Romeo. Kind of crazy, man. The story we got, this woman, she texted me. Now, she is, okay, so let me try to figure this out for you guys and make it simplistic. Okay, she and her kids live at home with her mom and dad. She started a business. She's staying with her mom and dad while she tries to get her business going so that she can move out, buy a house, move out, all that good stuff. The dad ended up having an affair on the mom and had twins. Got the other woman pregnant. She had twins. Well, apparently the other woman got in some troubles, and now the kids are in the system. So now they're trying to figure out what to do with the twins, whether to live with the dad, stay in the foster care system, or go back to the mom, depending on what kind of trouble or how she gets out of it. So apparently, I think that a social worker tried to talk to her children. She got upset about that, obviously. A social worker must have come into their house and had conversations with everybody that lives there to see if the twins should live there or foster care or whatever. So there's a lot of tension between her and her dad right now. She doesn't know what to do. She's thinking she might have to close her business and go rent someplace or, kind of stay with the shop and deal with the situation at home. It's a tough situation. Already 42547-7. Rome, how can the dad put the daughter in his cheating mess to begin with? I agree with the daughter. I wouldn't want me or my kids involved in this mess. I personally know I couldn't accept the kids, and I wouldn't put those kids in that situation with me. It's not the kid's fault, but this is awful, Romeo. What a mess. If I was the wife and daughter, I'd kick the dad out with his twins. Sure. Sounds reasonable, right? Sounds reasonable. Who knows why the mom stayed? The mom decided to stay after the affair. Who knows? We don't have that answers, and we don't know what's going on. We don't know. A woman called up and said that maybe the dad's the sole provider, makes him, financially he handles it. So it's tough. A lot of women, when they have a financial stability with their husband, and he's the one that takes care of everything, a lot of times they have to accept some of the things that happen. Or I don't know. Maybe they're afraid. I don't know. I'm sitting, even after saying that out loud, I think, well, can't you just take half? Isn't that the way it works in California? Already 42547-7. Hey, Rome, the mom and daughter should get a house by themselves and leave dad with the twins. He got his cake and gets to eat it too. The wife is better than me. Well, who knows, right? Make a lot of sense. But like I said, we don't know what the financial situation is for the mom or the wife. It's Romeo. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. So yeah, I got a little dilemma here. This lady says, what happened was basically this woman, she lives at home with her mom and dad and her kids, right? She started a business. She's trying to get it going, started so that she can get on her feet. Mom and dad seem to be supporting her so she can do that and move out. Turns out dad had an affair with another woman. Mom decided to stay, and now there was twins that came out of that affair. Now, the mother of the twins apparently got into some legal trouble, so the twins now are where they're going to stay is kind of up in the air. And I guess could possibly move in with dad or go the foster care system, or maybe the mom gets out of trouble, or I don't know. But the woman who sent me the text message is living in a tense situation right now. And apparently her and her kids are brought into this situation because brought into dad's situation. But it looks like they're brought into dad's situation because they might be, the county might be, or whoever deals with it might be trying to figure out if these girls can be placed in this home with the father. Now, I don't know what the mother thinks, his wife that he cheated on. I don't know how she feels about it, but she didn't want to throw her husband out. So I don't know what the daughter's going to do. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, Romeo. How you doing this morning? It's your girl, Shadiva.
Hey, what up, Shadiva? I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just calling in on the topic this morning. You know, this can be a real iffy situation. It sounds like to me if the daughter needs to really kind of, if mom took her husband back, that means she wants her marriage. So kind of support mom on what she want to do with the situation. Everybody says throw her husband out. Evidently, she don't want to throw her husband out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if she accepted the situation, you know, maybe she's one of those people with family, and the daughter has to realize all of this is a teaching situation. When you needed your parents to go back home with your kids, you was able to do that. Now, these other two little kids is his kids too. So
Yeah.
what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's going to be, it's, I don't know.
I mean, you an adult, she's an adult, and has to go back home with her kids. These are kids that can't help themselves.
That makes a great point. Other people have brought that at you. You're absolutely right. I mean, these little girls don't know, you know, they just got to get a chance. You know, I don't know what the mom did, but
I think the whole situation, everybody should make it as easy as possible for mom. So if mom took him back and if mom is okay with it, listen, scoot over, get some bunk beds. They even got bunk beds for 3 bunk beds. Scoot over.
all right, Shadiva.
You got attitude, go sleep in the bathtub.
All right, Shadiva. Thanks for calling. Bye. Yeah, it looks like everybody's bunking up. All right, 842-547-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Hey, Rome. She's making it difficult. If the mom stayed and not saying anything, then she shouldn't say anything. What if she was one of them kids? Would she want her dad to give up on her? It's not their fault. They were brought into this world and took two to bring them into this world. So if the dad can have a chance to save these kids, then he should. If the mom's not capable of keeping them, how much say actually should your adult kids? If your adult kids are living with you, how much say should they really have in your house? That's the other question. But I agree with what you're saying. RD4254-7-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD4254-7-7. Hey, good morning, Rome. It's a sticky situation because I understand the daughter. She wants better for her mom, but at the same time, if she's a minor, she just needs to stay out of grown folks' business. Well, she's not a minor. That's the problem. She's a grown child living with them. She's an adult daughter, then also needs to mind her own business because it's their relationship, not hers. I mean, see, yeah, that's where I see where you're going with. Yeah, so I mean, that's what it sounds like. Yeah. All the way around, the daughter just needs not to have an opinion. There are two adults, and whatever they choose to do is up to them. Yeah, and the daughter has to realize she's staying at the house. She's an adult daughter living with her parents. She really has no say in whatever goes on, right? You shouldn't. How many of you really have a say in your parents' home? You know, you really shouldn't. Not your home; it's their home. RD4254-7-7. Yo, Rome, how about them Chiefs? Yeah, they lost a tough one yesterday. Hey, Rome, don't tell me you're like the rest of these fans. Only talk about your team when they win. No. I'm going to tell you what I made a decision on this year before the season even started. All you pathetic losers, all you fake-ass fans out there who only call when your team wins and never when they lose, I've decided that I'm just not going to talk about it at all with you guys. You know, there's about 8 guys that listen to the show that are real fans, you know, Chili Gilly, Roland, Raider Rob, even Seahawk Lou's one of them. Raider, what the heck's his name? Gosh, he lives up in Eureka. I can't remember. Raider James. So there's a few cats that can call, and if they want to call and give me hell about the Chiefs losing, that's perfectly fine because they take accountability. And they're not fake-ass losers like you. I mean, that's the problem. The problem is not that I don't want to talk about the Chiefs. It was a good game last night. Tough loss. But I'm tired of you pathetic losers with no accountability, Just because your life sucks, I've decided I'm not going to deal with it anymore. Okay? My life's great. I feel sorry for you because you're fake-ass trendy fans, bandwagon fans. It sucks. I don't even think you understand how pathetic you are. It's not 94.1. On 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley, it's Romeo. Hey, Romeo was out there instead of making a play. Yeah, you're right. He was standing there doing nothing. Didn't they just pay him a bunch of money? I really think they did. Didn't they just pay Chris? They paid him a big contract, didn't they? Yeah, he had a couple of instances he didn't do nothing. But what are you gonna do? Those guys make that cash. They move on. All right. They only play well to get the contracts. A concerned mom here, Rome. I have a 30-year-old son still living at home. He doesn't contribute financially, help around the house, or show any drive toward building a future. I'm starting to feel like I've enabled his behavior. Where did I go wrong? Are times really this hard, or is it something else going on? What should I do? That's a good question. 30 years old, which means, what does he do all day? If he's 30 years old and you said he's not helping out around the house, not contributing financially to the house, or what does he do all day? That would be my question. And my other thing I would say is this. I don't think times are that hard. I listen to these people talk about, and I've even had the conversations. In fact, I had the conversation Saturday night with some good friends of mine about buying a house in California. He said these kids, we were talking about kids will never be able to afford homes. They will be. They got to work, man. You just got to work. The problem is not, times are tougher, but times were tough for our parents. It's not like, here's the problem. We think that times are hard for us, but times were hard for our parents also. They weren't easy for them. If you're a middle class individual in California, it's always been tough for middle class. It's never been easy. It's been easier and it's been harder. But no, these kids are just lazy. That's really what it comes down to. These kids are they're just lazy. They don't want to go do the work to get the job done to get what they want, okay? But I will tell you, not all kids are lazy. I went out to cut some trees the other day at my house. I got like 3 limbs cut, and this 18-year-old kid shows up with a guy talking about, hey, what you got going on here? And he hustled me into just doing all the trees. So he made him and his the guy he worked with made money. Worked out for them. So there's money to be made. It's just kids don't want it. They want it easy. They all want to be YouTube stars. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. Where is it? What did you send me here? Concerned mom here, Rome. I have a 30-year-old son still living at home. He doesn't contribute financially, help around the house, or show a drive, toward building a future. I'm starting to feel like I've enabled his behavior. Where did I go wrong? Are times really this hard, or is something else going on? What should I do? That's a good question. What you should do. That's the tough part, is what you should do, because you don't want to turn your back on your kid. You want to try to help them become a man, or become a man and handle his own business. But you probably enabled him a little bit. But no, times aren't that tough. There's money to be made. The problem is everybody wants to be a YouTube star and get it easy. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Man, you hit the nail on the head before you went to the music, man.
What's that?
Everybody's wanting to be a freaking influencer now.
Yeah.
I don't care. Yeah. I don't care what it is. They got homeless people trying to be influencers. They got people that don't know left from right trying to be. Everybody's trying to be a YouTube star. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to work hard.
Or a podcaster. Yeah.
Everybody wants the easy way out. And it's like I tell my kids all the time, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Only the hard Is what people don't want to do.
No, yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. It's just one of those things where these kids don't know. There's money to be made. There is money to be made out here. They just
all day
got to figure it out.
And then the other thing, too, with the parenting is all these parents are trying to be their kids' friends. They're not trying to be their parents.
Yeah.
They're sitting there trying to be their friends. And I tell that all the time, like, dude, if your kids grow up not getting upset with you at all their entire life about something because they couldn't hang out with their friends or they couldn't do this or they couldn't do that, then you're parenting wrong. You know, every kid at some point can't stand their parents' choices because they want to go out and go do this or go do that.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying to raise them like super, super strict.
Yeah.
But
no,
you're
right.
They have to know that not every answer is yes.
Yeah, you're right. I heard somebody say that the other day. I was listening to I think it was Louis C.K. said that sometimes you just have to tell your parents or tell your kids no just for the sake of no. Not that you're mad, not that they're in trouble, just
exactly.
no. Yeah.
They have to know what no means because if not, they're going to grow up being entitled little you know, and they're going to think that everything comes to them, that there's no consequences.
Sure.
You know, people need to learn discipline. People need to learn that not everything's going to go their way because when they hit the real world, happens.
Ooh,
you
no
know, I'm pretty sure where you're at, you've asked for things and, you know, your boss has told you no, you know, and if you never grew up hearing no, then you're not going to know what that means.
Absolutely.
You know, you're going to sit there and act out and lash out and, you know, just be one of them, you know, so.
All right, man. All right.
It is what it is.
Thanks for calling, brother. Talk to you later. All right, 842-54-7-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Hey, Rome. This is a concerned mom here. She said, what did she say here? Hey, Rome. I have a 30-year-old son still living at home. He doesn't contribute financially, help around the house, or show any drive towards building a future. I'm starting to feel like I've enabled this behavior. Where did I go wrong at times? Really, are times really that hard? No, they're not. Is something else going on? What should I do? Yeah, he's lazy, probably. I mean, there's money to be made out there, okay? Oh, she texted me back. He stays in his room, locked up, or we go out at night with his girlfriend or friends, or he goes out. Well, where does he get the money to go out? How does he have money to go out? Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Romeo? It's me, Angel.
What up, Angel?
You know how many times I heard no from my mother?
Oh, probably all the time.
All day, Romeo. Anything I done, no. And the belt was coming. I'm like, I'm already knowing I'm going to get hit. She's going to say no. And I'm just going to stay in and cry. That guy's right, bro.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to hit him with a belt, but you need to tell him no.
Oh, my mom gave it to me, but you know what? It made me stronger. Made me wiser.
Yeah, I get it.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you like this. It was 1988. And she took us to In-N-Out right there in San Fernando Valley. The combo was maybe $2.40. And she saved up for that moment, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the best moments, man. The In-N-Out burger, man. She paid $2.45 and she was happy. And it came with the milkshake, you know what I mean?
It came with the milkshake. All right, Angel. Later, brother.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, kids need to be told no. But here's the thing, and I'm going to tell you this because it's not my opinion. I heard it was Louis C.K. I think I heard say this. He said, sometimes when you're a kid, you just need to be told no, just to learn what that means. Not because you're in trouble, not because anybody's mad at you. Just no, we can't afford this. No, you can't have that. That's all. RD42547 back to this 30-year-old Rome. What matters is the father involved in their lives, and was the father talked about in a bad manner or alienated from the other parent? Gotta be real with yourself to answer that question. Oh, this is to the mom. Is the dad involved? What happened? But I will ask you this to be fair, because are you telling me a single mom cannot teach a boy work ethic? Is that what you're trying to say? The dad needed to do that? RD42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Hey, Rome. This is a concerned mom here. She said, what did she say here? Hey, Rome. I have a 30-year-old son still living at home. He doesn't contribute financially, help around the house, or show any drive towards building a future. I'm starting to feel like I've enabled this behavior. Where did I go wrong at times? really, are times really that hard? No, they're not. Is something else going on? What should I do? Yeah, he's lazy, probably. I mean, there's money to be made out there, okay? Oh, she texted me back. He stays in his room locked up, or we go out at night, with his girlfriend or friends, or he goes out. Well, where does he get the money to go out? How does he have money to go out? Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Good morning, Romeo.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. So, for somebody to say that there needs to be a male figure to teach work ethic, that's crazy in itself.
That's what it sounds like that person's trying to say. But yeah, okay.
But like it's. I don't even know where to start with this. I'm Hispanic. I'm Mexican, and I've always lived with my parents. So anything goes wrong, I go back to my parents. But I contribute to the household.
Okay.
So.
Hey, just out of curiosity, how many times have you had to go back to your parents?
3.
Okay. Maybe you're not the best.
After college, I had to come back to Bakersfield. I thought I was going to stay in LA. Nope.
Okay.
Some stuff happened with where I was working, and I had to come back.
Okay.
And then I ended up having a child, and that didn't work out.
Okay.
My first child.
Okay. Your first one. Okay. Are you with your parents now?
No.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. Finish. Go ahead and finish saying what you were going to say.
No worries. No. I don't. You distracted me. I don't even remember what I was going to say.
All right. Well, thanks for calling.
All right.
All right. 842-547-7. Hey, I agree with you, Rome, 100%. Rome, on these kids' days, have less ambition and say everything is hard and they expect it to be easy. And if it isn't easy, they give up. Well, most of them, not all. My hardworking son, who is 23 years old, lives in L.A. and owns 2 homes, and in the process of buying a third in Bakersfield. Minimum he'll from his mom and me, or something. So he will from his mom and me. He's doing decent. Most of his friends live at their mom's homes. Okay, so you're calling to brag or what? You're not really helping out the concerned mom with the 30-year-old who is not doing anything with his life and still living at home. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Slay sent me a message, said her son's 30 years old, living at home, not doing nothing, right? She doesn't know how to handle it or what to do about it. She says he just, stays in his room locked up, goes out, at night with his girlfriend or friends. I can't believe he has a girlfriend. 30. What kind of girl would date a 30-year-old dude that lives at home with no ambition? Rome, I just told my son to be 22 years old. He needs to start paying rent, $250. This girl works. Oh wait, I need to. It's a girl. Sorry, my soon-to-be 21-year-old. I thought it said son, it's soon to be. To start paying rent, $250. This girl works full time and only pays insurance and cell, and wanted to come at me with not even my other friend's parents charge her that much. Well, I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit when you just said she works full time. She's working full time. She's actively being a productive part of society. So, yeah, I wouldn't charge her that much. I wouldn't charge her anything, to be honest with you, if she was working full time. Alrighty, 42547-7. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Rom?
Hey, Ruben. What's up, man?
Bro, you're right. 30 years old, that's just being lazy. You know what I mean? There's no excuses, especially right now during the holidays, Rome. Everybody's hiring.
Okay. I mean, yeah, but what do you do?
Hey, well, I don't know, man. My mother-in-law was like that, Rome, when my ex-father-in-law, my wife's stepdad passed away, and she got a lot of money. Homeboy left her a lot of money, and the 2 younger ones didn't want to do anything, Rome. Finally, I told her, tell her you broke. Tell them you broke. You ain't got no more, not even to pay the bills. They're going to shut PG&E off. And they got their butts up to go to work.
Well, I mean, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay.
I don't know, but hey, Lyra, she said where she went wrong. Yeah, exactly. Where did it go wrong? Because 30 years old? I mean, where is he getting money from to roll out on?
I mean, yeah, that's a good question, too. Where is that
She's sitting there giving him money to go out and do everything, then you enable him. Don't give him nothing. He want to go out. You got to earn that.
Yeah, I guess she's going to have to do something.
Let me know. He's 30 years old. I got some digging work he could come do, bro.
All right.
I got a shovel with his name on it.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Later, bro.
Yeah. See, I'm not. Here's the thing. You guys are going to think I'm soft, but it's not that simple, okay? He's 30 years old, she says, not doing anything with his life. So, what does she do? You know, just throwing him out on the street and letting him have nothing is not what you do. You gotta figure something out. I don't know what that something is, but you gotta help him. You know, because you gotta help him. You don't just throw him out and say figure it out. That's not what you do as a parent. RD4254 7-7. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the Rhythm of the Valleys. Romeo. All right, some woman was worried about her kid, 30 years old, right? She says, 30-year-old son doesn't help out around the house, doesn't contribute financially, no drive to build a future. She just doesn't know what to do. She wants to know if times are really this hard. They're not. Times are not this hard. There's money to be made out there. RD4254 7-7. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Man, Romeo, it sounds like that is Little Mama's boy.
Okay. Sounds like it.
You know, he sounds like he's never been in a situation where he's had to be afraid that the electricity is going to go out, that they're not going to have no groceries, that they're not going to have a house. He has to install a little bit of that fear in him. Because there's a lot of, Raider Dave got 2 jobs, and he's still out here juggling women. So there's a lot that this boy can do if he just puts his mind to it.
Yeah. I would agree with all of that. The problem is, how do you get there?
I mean, if the whole, she can turn off the power, make him think that the electricity got turned off, maybe that might work. Or jail. Jail is a great way to turn boys into men.
You're an idiot.
I'm just telling you.
I'm not telling you you're an idiot. Get out of here.
It works.
All right, 84254 7-7. Rome, let's see here. In a way, Rome, a mother can't teach that. A mom is supposed to be there to love and nurture. The dad raises a young man, lets him know priorities and morals. Not saying women can't, but most women cannot raise a boy to become a man, especially if they didn't come from a place that men weren't valued or degraded. I think a woman can teach work ethic. I mean, we're not talking about raising him to be a man. She's talking about raising him to have that he doesn't have any drive and contribute, and is not contributing, is not trying to be part of society. I mean, is not trying to make his way and build a future. Women do it all the time. So that what she's saying is not something that only a man can teach. That's what I think. That's where you guys are getting a little crazy when you say that. RD4254 7-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valleys. Romeo. All right, some woman was worried about her kid, 30 years old, right? She says, 30-year-old son doesn't help out around the house, doesn't contribute financially, no drive to build a future. She just doesn't know what to do. She wants to know if times are really this hard. They're not. Times are not this hard. There's money to be made out there. So I asked what he was doing, and apparently he goes out. He's got friends. He's got a girlfriend. So where does he get that money just to go out? That's a good question right there. RD4254 7-7. Yo, Rome, how the heck does that guy even have a girlfriend? Well, let me tell you something. It's a generational thing. You can't just blame all these boys for not wanting to build a future, for not having the initiative to go out there and work hard. That means these women are doing the same thing. Their counterparts are doing the same thing. It's a generational thing. Man, the women today are not the same. You know, remember back in the day? Remember you go to the 80s, you go to the 90s, you go to the early 2000s. Well, maybe not the early 2000s, but the 80s and 90s. Those women wanted you to have something. And we called them all gold diggers. We called all these women gold diggers in the 80s and 90s because they didn't want some broke dude who couldn't pay a bill, right? And everybody's talking about now how's that look? In retrospect, how does that look now with the conversation we're having? Yeah, maybe we should have gave them women a lot more respect back then. Respect for them knowing what they were doing or what they wanted. Maybe they weren't gold diggers. Maybe they just didn't want some loser coming home to them every night. Or they didn't have to go home to some loser every night. Did you ever think about that? RD42547 Rome. I would send my son on his way out and tell him don't come back unless you have a job or a garbage bag full of cans every day. You're going to continue. If bums can do it, so can he. Wow. Yeah, it's tough. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Mom said, she called up, said she got a 30-year-old son who doesn't contribute, isn't out trying to build a future, just sitting at the home, sitting at the house, or hanging out with his friends. What does she do? RD42547. Good morning, Hal. What's going on?
What's going on, Ron?
What up, brother?
So I'm listening to all these people talking, and I don't think any of these people understand what's being asked. So I'm hoping I'm going to hit the nail on the head the way that this is going to go. Okay. So what she needs to do, and I'm not saying it's a lost cause, but it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So he's already set in his ways of when he picks the phone up, mom's going to be there. Yeah. He comes home, the door is going to be unlocked. Everything the way that he wants it to be, with zero responsibility. What she needs to do is she needs to start, 1, giving him chores that he needs to stand by to teach him responsibility. 2, she needs to start charging him for either the cell phone, a little bit of money here and there for whatever it is to contribute to the household. Because if something happens to her, let's say, 10 years from now, something happens to her. He's 40 years old, still living at the house. What's going to happen to him? What is he going to do? What has he learned? How has he learned to be self-sufficient?
Yeah.
It's not something that you could teach overnight. Yeah. And some of these people are like, oh, throw him out. Like, you can't because he's instantly going to fail.
Yeah,
it's like if I went to your job and try to become a radio DJ, you never showed me how to do it. And all of a sudden, hey, Rome, you're taking a week off. Let this guy, run the radio for a week. I'm not going to know what to do. So she has to teach him these values and these fundamentals that every 18-year-old, well, the majority of 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds think that they know how to do, and they still don't know how to do it. So all these people calling in saying, oh, you need to turn the power off, you need to do this. Yeah, I get it, but that's not going to teach him anything because he knows that mom's going to take care of the power. Yeah. She needs to stick to a regimen of charging him, hey, $300, $400 a month for this, and your cell phone bill, $65 a month for that. And if you can't pay the cell phone bill, I'm going to cut it off.
Well, and I agree with some of that. All right.
All right.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks for calling.
All right, brother.
So I'm going to tell you what I agree with when he says that. You can't tell the kid, oh, you got to pay $400 a month for rent and power. Okay. That's throwing him into the deep end. That's not. You got to throw, and that's not real because you got to live there too. So mom's not going to let the power get turned off. So what you got to do is, I like the idea of slow. Okay, you have a cell phone. You're going to have to pay this cell phone bill. If you can't afford that cell phone bill, well, you're not going to have a cell phone. That's personal responsibility. That's on a minor level that mom, that teaches him something small. It's like teaching him all over again. The guy who just calls is absolutely right. You got to teach him slow, and you got to teach him baby steps is what you got to do. RD42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. A lady sent me, said she was a concerned mom, got a 30-year-old son at home, doesn't do anything, stays in his room, hangs out with his friends or his girlfriend at night, and she's trying to figure out what to do, how to get him on his feet. He's not building the future, not contributing, not helping out. She's kind of in a bad spot right now. Good morning, Hal. What's going on?
Hey, so, Carlos.
What up, brother?
Hey, $400, honest truth, it's not nothing. I have my little brother living with me. He was in the Army. He's a construction worker. He lives with me because my mom passed away, right? So then I took him in. But $400 is nothing, bro. It's a $600, and every time when she gets that money, she should treat herself and her husband. Hey, you know what?
No, you guys aren't listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what she's saying. You guys are all calling and talking about people who have jobs, people who work. He doesn't even have a job. He doesn't even.
That's the thing about it, Rome.
No, hold on. Listen to what I'm saying here. If he's not motivated enough to even get a job, she has to start from scratch. She can't just throw him out and say, go get a job. He probably doesn't even know how to do that. You have to figure out a way to help him, not just throw him to the wolves. You guys are saying, go ahead.
That's the thing about it. My dad did that with my little brother. My dad pretty much. So when my brother got out of the Army, my little brother went home. My dad didn't open the door.
Yeah, but you're totally missing the fact that your little brother went to the Army and learned discipline and a skill and learned how to be in the real world. This guy hasn't been out there. So it's easier to throw your little brother out because he's a military veteran and he knows how to have respect, discipline, and accountability. That's way different than just throwing some kid out who doesn't know anything.
I get that, but
no, I don't think you guys do.
No, I get it.
Go
because
ahead.
The way my little brother was raised was pretty much like you have no choice. He literally grew up on video games. You get me? He didn't get to grow up the way we grew up working.
But he went to the military, and I'm sure he figured it out fairly quickly.
Yeah.
So you're having a question about apples and oranges here. I mean, you're having a conversation about apple and oranges.
Yeah.
It's not that simple for this mom or for this 30-year-old kid.
Honestly, I think no matter what, she should. $400 is not going to do anything because that money she's going to end up spending it back on him.
Well, where's he going to get the $400?
He has to find a job.
Okay, what if he doesn't know how to do that?
There's gardeners always hiring. Right now, it's the gardening season.
Get out of here. You guys don't understand the conversation. The last guy that called before Carlos understood the conversation. You have to figure out how to teach this kid how to be accountable, how to provide. And you have to do it at 30, not at 15, 12, 16, 22. You can't, it's a different situation, and she's in a bad spot right now. The mom is in a bad spot and has to figure out what to do. You can't just throw him out. He may not even have the skills to make it. You can't do that. RD4254 7 to 7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. What's going on?
Hey, Rom. So I'm sitting here listening to all this riffraff, and I've come to the conclusion that in this lady's situation, there's no correct answer because none of us really know the kid. You know what I mean? To see what his drive is or lack of drive and the reason behind it. The way that I would go about it, it's kind of like diagnosing a car. You got to figure out what the root issue is, why he feels the way that he feels, that he doesn't have to work or anything like that. The other thing that she could do also is that she can have him volunteering, doing Salvation Army,
absolutely,
doing something to start contributing to society.
Yes.
And he could start realizing, hey, you know what? I don't want to be working for free.
That's a great idea.
If you're living here at the house, you're not going to be sitting inside that room every day because nobody pays my bills. I got to go out and work to pay my bills. You got to start volunteering at the soup kitchen, around the homeless people, whatever it is. You got to start doing something every day.
Finally.
If not every day, at least 3 times out of the week. Show me that you're alive. You know what I mean? Like, do something.
Finally, that's a good suggestion. Make him volunteer a little bit to get a little work and responsibility in. All right.
Just something, yeah, 100%. I mean, it's got to start somewhere.
Yeah. All right, man. I got to jump. All right, later.
All right, brother.
And that's a good place. That's finally somebody with a good idea. You don't have to apply. They'll take you and your labor in and start. So that was a great idea, actually. Make him go donate some of his time somewhere, put in a little work. Maybe he'll start to learn a little work ethic, a little accountability, and then we move from there. That's a great idea. Not just make him pay rent, make him go get a job. I mean, is getting a job even that easy anymore? Oh, no, he can just go cut grass. Come on, man. All right, 842-547-7. I own 3 lawnmowers. I still won't go cut my grass. All right, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. This lady texted, said she was having a hard time. She got a 30-year-old kid, 30-year-old son. Doesn't contribute around the house, doesn't financially doesn't put in, didn't looking to work towards the future. She doesn't know what to do. She wants to know if times are that tough or if, what's going on. What does she do? Well, I like what the last guy said, okay? Make him volunteer. Get him jump started on how to have work ethic. But what you guys want to do is crazy. Morning, Hal, what's going on?
You got 3? Let me have one. God damn.
Well, I need a front loader. I need another one. I got different grass, bro. It's not all one grass.
Yeah. This is Sonic. This is Sonic guy. This is a Sonic T-shirt dude.
Oh.
The reigning Olympic champion.
Yeah, you're right. You don't need a lawnmower. Get out of here. All right, 842-547-7. Yeah, he's just being lazy. By the time I was 30, I had already purchased my home and had 2 kids and had a stable job. So, yeah, that mom needs to kick him out and show him the real life. Yeah, that's not going to work for him. That's not going to work. That's a terrible idea. I get you guys. You guys are not a solution. All you guys are doing is comparing your lives to this kid's. We don't know what his life is. And I'm not trying to justify anything. I'm not saying that he's not being lazy. But what I'm saying is you cannot compare your life to where you were at his age to where he is now. We don't know what the circumstances were, okay? And the problem with parenting is this. This is the problem that you guys are having also. The problem with parenting is you're raising your kids in a generation, in a decade, in a society that you're dated from. Do you know what I mean by that? That you're raising your kids in a society with technology, with societal changes that you didn't grow up with. So you're out of date. Parents are out of date. Parents raising kids are always out of date, trying to raise kids. Does that make sense? Somebody can explain it better to me. Explain it better to me. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD42547. Let's see here. Hey, Rome, what the mom needs to do is start implementing rent and utilities on him. Start showing him responsibility, start building up his self-confidence, which will lead to self-reliance. She's been floating him all this time. What's going to happen when she passes? He's going to end up on the streets or couch surfing relatives and friends. She's only hurting him, not helping him. Well, that's what she's trying to figure out. And what you can't just throw rent and utilities on somebody immediately, because the house is not going anywhere. She can't kick him out. I mean, she could, but that would hurt him even worse. And she can't turn off the power. So, yeah, you guys, I like the guy's idea of a little community service. Make that guy go start off by helping and volunteering his time somewhere and letting him learn to interact with people, letting him learn responsibility, accountability, and then send him off for the. And for all I know, he could be, he could have all the skills to go get a job. I don't know. We need more information, actually. RD42547 Rome. She should take the door off his room. He got no privacy and have the guy come over and do this scene. I don't know what that means. RD42547. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD42547. Would you text me here? Hey, Rome, the dad needs to man up, walk in his son's room, and give him give him choices, get a job, help or grow up, find a place to live. Yeah, just throw him out. I'm sure that's the best way to handle it. And we don't know, are you a single mom or not? We don't know what's going on. I just, you know what's funny to me is you guys aren't really given solutions. All of your solutions are throw him out, make him get a job, and pay bills. What if he's not capable of doing that? Then what do you do? None of you are looking at like, we don't know what kind of social skills this kid has. We don't know if somebody will give him a job or not. We have no idea. Did he go to school? Did he not go to school? We don't know anything about what he's capable of doing. And you guys are just like, we'll just throw him out. He'll be fine. No, he won't. RD4254-7-7. Yeah, I just don't know what. Sometimes I can't with you guys because you're not helping. You're just saying ridiculous things. Rome, I get where you're coming from, Rome, but for a male to be able to access that drive for work ethic, it has to come from the man. It does not have to come from the man in the household. A woman can't teach work ethic, but a man is showing his son the discipline, showing what a man does. There are more stay-at-home moms, and unfortunately, 30-year-old boys ain't looking at his mom like she needs to help. He's never had a father figure, sounds like, to get in that kid's butt and make him get up and hold it down. It goes deeper than work ethic. You can't just focus on one topic. There's a bigger picture. You're very smart, Rome. I'm surprised you don't get... I'm surprised you're still a Neanderthal, if you believe that. My mom's one of the hardest working people I know. I know women that are some of the hardest working people I know. And you're telling me they can't teach work ethic? What kind of moron are you? All right, 842-547-7. I can't believe you're that stupid, to be honest with you. If I'm not smart enough, I can't believe you're that stupid. Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, RD4254-7-7. Hey, Rome, what's crazy is you don't need to leave home to find a job anymore, Rome. I remember how embarrassing it was walking into a place asking for a job app and sitting in the car and filling it out and returning it 5 minutes later. There's a lot of opportunities for everyone in every category. There are. I have a friend whose son was a little socially awkward. His kid was a little weird, but his kid figured out how to make videos, edit videos. And somehow this kid figured out and got a job editing videos for real estate agents so they could show houses online. Makes a pretty decent living at it. So there is something out there for everybody. You just have to figure out what it is. I've been telling you guys this forever, for 30 years. Not everybody's made for college, okay? But society tells you, oh, you got to go to college. You got to do this. You got to do that. Some people aren't. Some people are going to go. And some people, I have friends that didn't go to college, make way more. I have 2 college degrees. I have friends that make way more money than me that didn't go to college. College wasn't for them. They weren't book smart, but they sure figured out how to make a living, and they've done a phenomenal job at it. The problem is, instead of these counselors in high school, looking at what you could possibly be good at, they have a cookie cutter formula on what you're supposed to do, as opposed to looking at you and going, you know what? Yeah, you're not that book smart, but you know what we do? We got all these other options for you so that you can make a good living and do something that you enjoy. And it's even easier now. This guy's right. It's even easier now with the internet. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Romeo? I was listening to that topic you're talking about. I'm at work right now, but hey, that situation, you can't expect something from somebody that you never gave them. If you didn't show them the discipline and talk to them and have them think through, they wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
For example, I took my son with me. I said, hey, let's go to this temp job. I want you to go with me. I didn't need to do it, but I took him so I could show him some work ethics. show them, hey, you're going to get people act like this and like that and like this. But if they don't know and you don't teach them, they're not going to know how to do anything. And then as a responsibility, if they have a little job, say, hey, you know what, you made so much, just give, $50, $100, just to show them a little bit.
Okay.
Do work around the house. Say, hey, we've been doing work for about 2.5 hours. Let's take a break. It's break time. Let's go get something to drink.
Sure.
Hey, you know what? We've been working for 4 hours. Hey, let's go inside, eat some lunch. Then we'll come back and finish the yard, the house, or whatever we need to do.
Okay.
Nobody's going to not know anything. You can't expect something from somebody if you didn't expose these things to them, so they're not going to have the knowledge. That's all.
Exactly. We 100%. Now we don't know what this mom or dad, what the situation is, what he's exposed to. So that we got to help her expose him to that today. Not, we're starting over. So all right, man. Thanks for calling, brother. Later, man. I mean, that's the point. The point is she's got to figure out how to start today. You can't just throw them out of the house. Rome, that's the problem with women raising men. They don't know how to raise a man because she ain't a man. Wow, you guys are really that stupid. I mean, I can't even fathom. I'm a man, and my mom played a big part in raising me, and I'm a better man than most of you. So, what is it that a woman can't raise a man to do? You're right. There are things that a woman cannot raise a man to do. Okay? But the one thing that she can raise a man to do is work, is have responsibility and accountability, and teach him those things. So what is it that I'm missing here that you guys are talking about? That's what I want to know. RD42547-7, because you sound stupid when you say that. There are certain things that, I'm trying to think of it. I'm trying to think because I'm just going back to what my mom taught me and how she helped me be the person I am. And it wasn't much different than what my dad taught me. I would actually honestly say my dad was a little less Yeah, I don't know. But if you're going to tell me that a woman cannot raise a man, I agree to a certain extent. Within the conversation we are having right now, you guys are 100% wrong. It's Romeo. It's out of the 4.1. Out of the 4.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. What's going on?
Hey, Rome. So I got to agree with you, man. I was raised by my grandmother. My grandma's the one that raised me.
Yep.
And she taught me a lot. I moved out when I was 18 years old. Never moved back to my parents' house. I'm self-sufficient. Got my own business. Between, my wife and her kids and our kids combined, we have a total of 9 kids, So, I mean, there was no father figure in my life until I got much older, So as far as, father figure being needed to be raised, to be taught discipline, I'm one of the strictest people that you'll know as far as, raising my kids.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with that at all as far as, a dad needing to be inside the house, I still keep standing up. So.
The thing is this. We live in a different era. We live in a different decade. We live in a different time where women have experienced so much over the last 30 years, 40 years, that it's a different woman today. Now, she might still teach you. She still might be the wrong person to teach you sensitivity and how to, and sometimes you need to, be a little stronger instead of always caring about women's feelings. Sometimes you need to be a little more stern about that. But they can still teach you how to work hard, be accountable, and get it done. That's the problem that I have within this conversation. Is people, anybody who says that I need a man to do that is 100% wrong.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, and I mean, I'm pretty sure this is very far off, but I mean, there's not much more that a man can teach you that a woman can't teach you, depending on the woman.
Exactly.
There's
100%.
different shades of women out there.
I agree with you. All right, man. All right, I gotta jump, brother.
All right, brother.
Later, man. And that's the point. There are some the biggest thing that you should have with a woman teaching a man teaching her son to be a man is the balance between sensitivity and non-sensitivity. Okay? A woman is not always right, but she's also not always wrong. There's a balance there that women usually look out for themselves and don't teach their sons. As far as work ethic goes, a woman can teach all of that. Work ethic, accountability, be on top, everything. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's on 94.1.